Discover the secrets. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're diving into a fascinating topic that's been making the rounds lately, Sigma maxing. Now I know what you might be thinking, Sigma whatting? Don't worry, I had to ask what it meant too. It's all about this idea of living life on your own terms, kind of like a lone wolf, but in a good way. Think of it like this. You know how some people are always chasing the latest trends, trying to fit in with the crowd? Well, Sigma maxing is like the opposite of that. It's about being comfortable in your own skin, marching to the beat of your own drum, and focusing on what truly matters to you. So are you ready to find out if you're a secret Sigma maxer? We're going to uncover 10 key signs that might just reveal your inner maverick. Get ready for some laughs, some aha moments, and maybe even a little soul-searching along the way. Let's get started. Chapter 1. Understanding Sigma Traits. Alright, let's start with the basics, shall we? What exactly does it mean to have Sigma traits? Well, imagine someone who's independent, self-sufficient, and not afraid to go against the grain. They're not really into following the crowd, and they're perfectly content doing their own thing. Think of that friend we all have who's always up for an adventure, even if it means going solo. They're not afraid to be different, and they actually kind of enjoy it. They're comfortable in their own company and don't need constant validation from others. Now, that doesn't mean they're antisocial hermits or anything. They can be outgoing and friendly, but they also value their alone time and don't feel the need to be surrounded by people 24/7. They're selective about their social circle and prioritize quality over quantity when it comes to relationships. Sound familiar? Maybe you're thinking of someone right now, or maybe you're starting to see a little bit of yourself in this description. Either way, we're just getting started. Stick around because we're about to dive into some specific examples of Sigma traits that might just blow your mind. In a good way, of course. Chapter 2. Independence and Self-Reliance. Okay, friends, let's talk about independence. Now, when I say independence, I'm not talking about surviving in the wilderness with nothing but a Swiss Army knife and a positive attitude, although that's impressive too. I'm talking about that inner strength and self-reliance that Sigma folks are known for. They're the kind of people who don't wait around for someone else to fix their problems or tell them what to do. They're resourceful, they're proactive, and they're not afraid to roll up their sleeves and get things done. Need to change a tire? They've got this. Assemble furniture from a Swedish superstore? No problem. They're the ultimate DIYers of life, and they actually kind of enjoy figuring things out on their own. Imagine this. You're at a party, and the Wi-Fi goes down. Everyone's freaking out except for that one person who calmly pulls out their phone, creates a hotspot, and saves the day. That, my friends, is the spirit of Sigma independence shining through. It's about taking ownership of your life, embracing challenges, and knowing that you've got what it takes to handle whatever comes your way. Stay tuned because up next, we're exploring another fascinating Sigma trait, nonconformity. Chapter 3. Nonconformity. Alright, let's talk about nonconformity, shall we? Now, before you picture someone wearing a black leather jacket and defying authority on a motorcycle, let me clarify something. Nonconformity, in the Sigma sense, isn't about rebelling just for the sake of it. It's about staying true to yourself, even when it means going against the grain. Imagine this. You're at a restaurant and everyone's ordering the latest trendy dish. But you? You're craving that classic comfort food that you've loved since childhood. Do you cave to peer pressure and order the trendy thing? Not if you're rocking those Sigma vibes. You order what you want because you're comfortable with your choices and you don't need anyone else's approval. It's about thinking for yourself, questioning the status quo, and not being afraid to stand out from the crowd. It's about embracing your individuality and not letting societal norms dictate your every move. So, if you've ever felt like you don't quite fit in with the mold, congratulations. That might just be your inner Sigma shining through. Embrace it, my friend. Up next, we're diving into another key Sigma characteristic, Strong personal values. Don't touch that dial. Chapter 4. Strong personal values. Let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Values. And no, I'm not talking about discount coupons, although those are pretty great too. I'm talking about those core beliefs and principles that guide our actions and decisions in life. Now, Sigma individuals are known for having a strong moral compass. They have a clear sense of what they believe in, and they're not afraid to stand up for their values, even when it's not the popular thing to do. They're the kind of people who are guided by integrity, honesty, and a deep sense of fairness. They're not easily swayed by peer pressure or fleeting trends because they're grounded in their convictions. Think of it like this. If someone offered them $1 million to do something they knew was wrong, they'd politely decline and offer to bake them a batch of cookies instead, because, cookies make everything better. They're not motivated by external validation or material possessions. They're driven by a deeper sense of purpose and a desire to make a positive impact on the world. Stay tuned because up next, we're about to uncover another intriguing Sigma trait, minimalist lifestyle. You won't want to miss this. Chapter 5. Minimalist Lifestyle. Okay, folks, let's talk about something that sparks joy for some and sends shivers down the spines of others, minimalism. Now, before you envision empty white rooms and a wardrobe consisting of 3 identical shirts, let me explain. Minimalism in the Sigma sense isn't about deprivation or living like a monk. Unless that's your thing, then go for it. It's about intentionality, simplifying your life, and focusing on what truly matters. It's about letting go of material possessions that don't add value to your life and prioritizing experiences, relationships, and personal growth. Think of it like decluttering your home, but for your mind and soul. You know how sometimes you walk into someone's home and it just feels so calm and peaceful? That's the Sigma minimalist vibe. It's not about having less, it's about having more of what matters. Now, I'm not saying you need to get rid of all your belongings and move into a tiny house. Unless you want to, then send me an invitation. It's about finding a balance that works for you and creating a space that feels calm, intentional, and reflective of your values. Get ready for our next chapter, where we'll be exploring another essential Sigma trait, emotional intelligence. Don't go anywhere. Chapter 6, Emotional Intelligence. Let's dive into a topic that's near and dear to my heart, emotional intelligence. Now, I'm not talking about being able to recite Shakespeare while crying on cue, although that's a talent. I'm talking about that incredible ability to understand and manage our own emotions and the emotions of those around us. Now, Sigma individuals are like the emotional ninjas of the world. They're highly perceptive, empathetic, and have this uncanny ability to read people like a good book. They can sense when something's off, and they're incredibly supportive friends, always there to lend an ear or a shoulder to cry on. But here's the thing. They're not afraid to set boundaries. They understand the importance of protecting their own energy and well-being. They're not afraid to walk away from drama or negativity because they know their worth. Imagine this. You're feeling stressed and overwhelmed, and you vent to your Sigma friend. Instead of interrupting or offering unsolicited advice, they listen intently, validate your feelings, and offer words of encouragement that make you feel seen and understood. That's the power of Sigma emotional intelligence. It's about being in tune with yourself and others, navigating emotions with grace, and creating healthy, balanced relationships. Stay tuned because up next, we're uncovering another fascinating Sigma trait: selective social interactions. Chapter 7, Selective Social Interactions. All right, folks, let's talk about something that can be a bit of a head-scratcher for some selective social interactions. Now, before you envision someone sitting alone in a dark room with a "Do Not Disturb" sign permanently etched on their forehead, let me clarify something. Sigma individuals aren't antisocial. They're pro-quality time. They value their time and energy, and they're very intentional about who they choose to spend it with. They're not afraid to decline invitations if they don't align with their values or energy levels. They'd rather have a small circle of close friends who they can be their authentic selves with than a large group of acquaintances who they only see at obligatory social gatherings. Think of it like this. They're the hosts of the most epic game nights because they carefully curate their guest list, ensuring everyone vibes well together. They believe in quality over quantity and prioritize meaningful connections over superficial interactions. So, if you've ever felt that pang of guilt for declining a party invitation because you'd rather stay in with a good book and a cup of tea, congratulations. That might just be your inner Sigma whispering words of wisdom. Get ready for our next chapter, where we'll be exploring another essential Sigma trait: high self-awareness. Stay tuned. Chapter 8: High Self-Awareness. Let's dive into a topic that's absolutely crucial for personal growth and understanding those Sigma vibes: self-awareness. Now, I'm not talking about staring at your reflection for hours on end, although a little self-reflection never hurt anyone. I'm talking about that deep understanding of your own thoughts, emotions, strengths, weaknesses, and what makes you tick. Sigma individuals are like the self-awareness gurus of the world. They've done the inner work, they're in tune with their values, and they're not afraid to acknowledge both their strengths and areas for growth. They're the kind of people who can laugh at themselves, own their mistakes, and are constantly striving to become the best versions of themselves. They're not afraid to seek feedback from others, and they see every experience as an opportunity for learning and growth. Imagine this. You receive constructive criticism on a project. Instead of becoming defensive or taking it personally, you listen attentively, ask clarifying questions, and use the feedback as fuel for improvement. That's Sigma self-awareness in action. It's about being honest with yourself, acknowledging your blind spots, and approaching life with a growth mindset. Stay tuned because up next, we're uncovering another fascinating Sigma trait: goal-oriented mindset. Chapter 9: Goal-Oriented Mindset. Okay, folks, let's talk about something that gets those Sigma engines revved up: goals. And no, I'm not talking about those vague New Year's resolutions we set and forget by February. We've all been there. I'm talking about those clear, specific, and meaningful objectives that light a fire under those Sigma souls. Sigma individuals are like the goal-crushing machines of the world. They're driven, they're ambitious, and they approach their goals with a laser-like focus. They don't just dream about what they want to achieve. They create detailed plans and take consistent action towards making those dreams a reality. They're the kind of people who set their sights high, break down their goals into smaller, manageable steps, and celebrate their progress along the way. They're not afraid of hard work, and they see challenges as opportunities for growth and learning. Imagine this. They set a goal to run a marathon. Do they just lace up their sneakers and hope for the best? Not a chance. They create a training schedule, research the best running shoes, and fuel their bodies with nutritious foods. They're all about preparation, dedication, and crossing that finish line with a triumphant smile. Get ready for our final chapter, where we'll be exploring the 10th and final Sigma trait: resilience and adaptability. You won't want to miss this. Chapter 10: Resilience and Adaptability. All right, folks, we've arrived at our final Sigma trait, and it's a good one: resilience and adaptability. Now, I'm not talking about being able to bounce back from a pie to the face without smudging your makeup, although that's a handy skill. I'm talking about that inner strength and flexibility that allows Sigma individuals to navigate life's inevitable curveballs with grace and determination. They understand that life is full of ups and downs, and they don't let setbacks derail them from their path. They see challenges as opportunities for growth and use their resourcefulness to adapt to changing circumstances. They're the kind of people who can find the silver lining in any situation and emerge from tough times stronger and wiser than before. They don't dwell on failures. They learn from them, adjust their course, and keep moving forward. Imagine this. they experience a major setback in their career. Do they wallow in self-pity and give up on their dreams? Absolutely not. They take some time to process their emotions, dust themselves off, and start exploring new opportunities with renewed determination. They're like those inflatable punching bags that just keep bouncing back, no matter how hard life hits. They're a true testament to the power of the human spirit. Embrace your inner Sigma. Wow, we've covered a lot of ground today, from independence and nonconformity to emotional intelligence and resilience. We've explored 10 key traits that define the Sigma personality, and I hope you've gained some valuable insights along the way. Remember, it's not about perfectly embodying every single trait, but rather about recognizing the ones that resonate with you and seeing how they might be showing up in your own life. Perhaps you've discovered that you're more of a Sigma than you realized. If you enjoyed this video and want to dive deeper into the world of Sigma maxing, be sure to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, and subscribe to my channel for more videos like this. And hey, if you know someone who you think might be a secret Sigma, be sure to share this video with them. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, embrace your individuality, stay true to yourself, and keep on shining.